Hey everyone, you're watching Preppy Kitchen, where I, John Cannell, teach you how to make delicious home-cooked dishes to share with your friends and family. Today we're making an amazing peanut butter pie. Flaky butter crust, creamy peanut butter filling, mounds of whipped cream, drizzled with chocolate, and then chocolate-covered roasted peanuts. This is the best thing ever, so let's get started. For this pie, I'm using my super delicious crispy pie crust recipe. You can click up here for the full how-to video, but basically it's 300 grams of flour, quarter cup of sugar, 1 cup of butter, cubed, whiz it all up, and then you're gonna drizzle in like about a quarter cup of ice water with 2 tablespoons of vodka, super fast. And let me just show you, this thing is, it just smells heavenly and it's so crispy. I love it with the creamy fillings. However, if that's a little bit of work for you, you could totally do an Oreo cookie crust. Click up here for that recipe. It's in my mud pie on the blog. This is ready to fill. It's all chilled up. I made it a few hours ago. And now let's make this filling. It is so fast, it's gonna come together in a snap. The filling is just a few ingredients, and it starts with, of course, 1 generous cup of creamy peanut butter right in the bowl. It does get a little bit messy. So that's not so bad. Thanks, rubber spatula. 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. If you only have cold cream cheese, take this foil wrapper off and pop it into the microwave for like 30 seconds on medium, just like you're heating up butter. We're gonna cream these 2 ingredients up. And this, by the way, is delicious as is. I would eat this by the spoonful and have done so. Okay, pretty quick. Scrape that bowl down. 1 more whip. Okay, now we can add in 1 cup of powdered sugar. Not leveling any of the cups in this recipe. Just telling you, it's a more is more situation. On low. Then increase the speed. I would scrape down once more. Now I'm adding in a nice splash of vanilla, about a teaspoon. Mix it up. This right here is delicious, and I've been told that like if you love a really, really rich peanut butter pie, then this is for you. I, however, like my pies to be silkier and a little bit lighter, so we're gonna whip up some whipped cream right now. I actually had my whisk in the freezer for this so that my whipped cream would whip up extra fast. If you're using a metal bowl, you can pop that into the freezer for a few minutes too, and it'll whip up in a moment. This glass bowl is a hassle though, so I don't know. I only use this for you so you can see the inside. All right, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream that we will give a whip to. A little bit extra, every last drop. Okay, we're just gonna whip this up now. No need to add any sugar, whatever. Increase the speed. Give it a minute. Keep an eye on it. Let's take a look. I wanna have soft peaks for this. See, nice soft peak. I like to hit the sides a bit just because they get less of the whipping, see? Very nice. Okay, we're gonna fold this in. And by fold, I mean just straight up whip it in. It's not gonna be delicate. Back to you. I wanna keep this bowl clean because this whole pie is gonna get a mound of whipped cream topping, and I want it to be pristine and white, no streaks of peanut butter that are unintentional. Get all that whipped cream out there. Now, let's just whip it in on low, then medium. Definitely scrape that bowl down 1 last time. And if you love peanut butter pie, but it's a bit too rich for you sometimes, go ahead and use like 2 cups of whipped cream or 1.5 cups, and it'll lighten the whole thing up. If you have extra, you could put it into like a little cupcake paper or whatever you want, freeze it for later, or just enjoy a snack at some point. Okay, that's good. All right, let's transfer that filling into our cooled pie crust. Smooth out the top. And then I just want to go crazy for a minute. put it on a turntable, and give it a really nice smooth. So if you wanted just the peanut butter pie, I would do something like this. And you have like a pretty swirl at the very end, which I think is a nice presentation. You could just drizzle some chocolate, maybe crush up some Reese's Pieces or Justin's peanut butter cups, and this would be totally presentable. Everyone would love it. You could serve it with ice cream. This goes into the fridge to set up and chill. You can make this the night before and then put the whipped cream on right before serving. You could do the whole thing right now, but I just think that fresh whipped cream is better than whipped cream that's been in the fridge for a few days or overnight. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me or if you're all about that aged whipped cream life. Many recipes will call for a Cool Whip. I like whipped cream better. If you love Cool Whip, pile it on though. It's totally up to you. All right, into the fridge we go. And I of course have my pie that I made yesterday, which is already all set up. So let's move this process along and get to the whipped cream. Into that same whipped cream bowl, we're gonna add in another cup. And you know, it's totally up to you if you want to add in a bit more like I do. Maybe a cup and a half. Splash of vanilla. And this is totally up to you. You can add in no sugar or, you know, up to maybe 3 tablespoons. I'm adding in like 2.5 tablespoons of sugar and we'll see how that looks. Right back on there and we're gonna whip this up again. Don't over whip it. If you over whip your whipped cream, it'll curdle and kind of turn into cheese, like delicious cream cheese. Giving about 1/3 cup of chocolate a chop. You can decorate your pie with either some chopped chocolate, shaved chocolate, nothing, or melted chocolate. I haven't decided yet, so I'm gonna try it with melted chocolate and see how it looks. And when you melt chocolate, it's always easier to melt it if it's in small pieces. So chop, 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 chop. Into a small bowl and then into the microwave for some, you know, short 30-second half-power bursts. My microwave's here. All right, my chocolate's all melted up, so now it's time to assemble that pie. Look at this. Delicious. Transfer to a piping tip, drizzle that on top of your whipped cream in a zigzaggy pattern, and then take a handful of roasted peanuts, toss them in what's left of the melted chocolate, and then just sprinkle them on top of your pie. It's delicious and it adds so much extra flavor and texture. You have the flaky butter crust, the crunchy roasted peanuts tossed in chocolate, and it is just heaven. Like the amount of whipped cream on top really balances it out and makes it feel light and healthy. I'm having a me day. Okay, it is time for a bite and I am beyond ready. As I thought, that is delicious. Oh my God. If you like this recipe, and I am not sure how you couldn't, check out my pie playlist. It has my perfect pie crust recipe how-to, all my favorite pies, and you are gonna be baking up a storm, I promise. All right, if you like my videos, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.